Hey, this is Akshay Vaskar from GeeksforGeeks. I can see that only one person is live right now. So I'll wait for another 20 seconds to start with our yet another webinar on interview section, interview experience section. And the guy who the guest is placed at Swiggy, and he is working as a software developer engineer. And his name is Shashank. And I'm really excited to have him on board because you'll get to know how maybe how the culture of the interview experience at Swiggy is. So also I must tell you that he is from KLE Technology University, Karnataka. Good evening, Nishant. Thank you so much. जल्दी कमेंट्स पे बताओ यार कैसे हो क्या चल रहा है हाय हेलो कर लो फिर मैं गेस्ट को बुला रहा हूँ एंड देन वी स्टार्ट ऑलराइट हाय निशांत थैंक यू सो मच ऑलराइट I'll just invite him then we can talk during the interviews engaging रखना guys hi Shashank
Hi Akshay. Hi everyone.
there's a delay hello
Hi,
Shashank can you yeah hi how are you
yeah, I'm good Akshay. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I told them a bit about you, but I guess
Okay.
I'll leave up to you and let you communicate to the audience. So why don't you give a
Yeah,
brief introduction about yourself?
sure. So I am Shashank Hiremath. I'm from KLE Technological University, Hubli in Karnataka. So
Okay.
when I joined engineering college, I got to know there is competitive coding from a Quora question by Anudip Nikanti, and then I got interested in solving problems in
Okay.
code forces, and so with this interest we started with a coding club, became eStudies campus ambassador, participated
Okay.
in ICPC and SIH. So this way
All
I was
right.
associated with eStudies from beginning, and yeah, I've been seeing eStudies interview experience myself for job preparation, and today
Okay.
I'm here giving an experience of myself. So that's really exciting to be here.
That's amazing. So I told them that you're placed at Swiggy, and I'm sure that you must be having a new experience in your life. So how did you get to know about the job opening at Swiggy? Was it on campus? Was it off campus?
Yeah, for me it was off campus. I got to know it from LinkedIn. So what I did was I saw there's an article in LinkedIn of the top 20 companies that people want to work in. So I just kept connections in all those companies. Like I kept sending requests every day for a few people. And one day I saw the post that there are openings. So soon after I saw that, I just created a template of a request note where I say a
Okay.
few points about myself and ask them to refer me. So I
Okay.
sent it to more than 20, 30 people, and
Okay.
so most of them referred me. I got to know about more than 10 people had referred me. So
Okay.
by
Okay.
using referral, I got opportunity for interview.
Referral. Yeah, referral is really powerful. I personally feel that if you can leverage your community in terms of referral, that's really, really powerful. All
Yeah.
right, that's a good insight, man. So, okay, moving on. So, how many rounds were there? Why don't you step by step explain each and every round?
Yeah, so actually, for me there were 3 rounds. Usually there will be 4 rounds. For me, there was no online test because there was
Okay.
less time for interview because I had another offer from another company and my joining date was closing in. So
Okay.
in these 3 rounds, first round was a machine coding round. So here it is also like a coding round, but we'll be solving one big question like a real time scenario kind of question, like implementing a tic tac toe, a parking lot, like related to low level design, oops concept, these kind of thing.
Mm.
And here emphasis is not on optimization like in a DSA round. Here
Mm.
emphasis is on clean code, commenting, like clear and
Okay.
meaningful naming of variables,
Okay.
modularization, classes and objects. So these are
Okay.
important here.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So this
next
is
round was yeah.
yeah. Next one. Proceed. You tell each and every round, right? So that people have idea how is it in the journey, right?
Yeah, so this is how machine coding round is. So basically, it will probably go for a long time, but you should be able to adhere to all these proper clean code
Uh
conventions.
huh.
And in DSA round, it was like standard DSA interviews, how they go about, right? If you've seen the interview experience in Geeks or Leetco. So two questions were asked on DSA. One was slightly easy, medium, and another one was slightly harder. And
Okay.
so we should like step by step explain for starting from the brute force to the more optimal and so on. And
Okay.
we should take care of we clarify the question properly. Like if there's just say given an array of elements, you need to find an average. You should not
Okay.
go ahead and with the solution. You should
Mm.
clarify like these are array elements. Are they just integer, float, or what? Like what if they say it's array
Okay.
of strings or characters? You cannot take average, right? So
Okay.
these kind of clarifying questions are important, like what are the element constraints, what is the domain, like upper bound, lower
Yeah.
bound, are there only unique elements
Yes.
in the array? So these kind of basic questions.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
So it's
these
important.
okay. So these are two rounds, right? Till now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay. So what's next? Like third round में तो advance होगा काफी, right?
नहीं नहीं एक्चुअली थर्ड राउंड थोड़ा चिल्ली होता है सो इट वाज लाइक अ
Hmm.
प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर राउंड इट्स
Okay.
लाइक इफ यू आर इन दैट राउंड इट वाज लाइक they'll ask you more about your whatever projects you have done and
Hmm.
whether you're a good fit to a company. They check your fit, how is your goals visions are in alignment with the company, whether
Okay.
it be a good fit, how is
ठीक है.
like behavioral questions, these kind of
ठीक
things.
है.
It can be a mix. Like sometimes they go in depth more towards projects.
हाँ हाँ.
It depends.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Okay. What resources did you use in your journey of cracking the interview? Any course, anything online, YouTube, GFG, anything?
Yeah,
Please mention
yeah,
all that.
definitely. I used all of these, and one which I would like to point out most helped me was Geeks for Geeks Amazon test series. So this had like topic-wise questions, totaling about 400 questions, and
Okay.
some mock tests, like 10 to 15 mock tests were there. I like targeted to like complete all the questions in that, so I was in the leaderboard top when I had completed. So like
Okay.
that really helped, and even after that I practiced on lead code also. There are some top interview questions in lead code, and whenever I find some interesting solutions I used to take a screenshot and keep them so that I can revise them like after a week or just before the interviews. And
Okay.
for every solution I used to find that there are multiple, for every question multiple answers will be there, so I used to explore all of them and find the best way to implement them and record them by using screenshots. That really helped.
That is a good strategy, by the way. You can make a repository, your own local repository. You can also
Yeah.
dig in and revise things and do quick transaction.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Yeah. Okay, so Shashank, let's talk about the importance of projects and internship in the resume.
Yeah. So I would say it is important. It depends on the situation, like how much time you have and whether you already have some decent projects or internship. So the underlying concept is like 80 to 60 to 80% of interviews only about DSA. Even the
Okay.
first 2 3 rounds is purely DSA, online test, and first 2 3 rounds are usually mostly DSA. So that is like the most important. And depending on the interviewer or situation, they may go lightly on the projects or other subjects internships, or they might go in depth and ask you everything in detail if they find it interesting. So
Okay.
to be on the safe side, if you want to have no risk at all, you better have prepared very well in both of these. Otherwise, like DSA is like most important to at least get through the initial few rounds. So and then
Okay.
you will be like relying on luck. Like even if you tell overview of your projects and internship, they would be like, okay, you have good DSA, we can select like that.
Okay. 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 Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this question, I would want that we can talk about it in for 5 minutes at least, because this question is really important, I feel. So tell the audience
Mm.
about some pro tips, Shashank. And you said that you really want to talk about this question in detail. So I thought,
Yeah.
why not, I tell the audience to be alert when you listen to this. So some pro tips to crack the interview successfully,
Yeah.
Shashank. Please.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, I have seen a lot of interview experiences, videos, and articles, and out of them, like, they covered almost everything we need to know for interview. There are few things that I did not find like were emphasized that much. I want to cover those gaps here. So, one thing is your resume. It should be like from proper template. Like in Overleaf, there is a template called DD. I can share the link later. You can join me on LinkedIn. So
Yeah,
this
so
template is
I
very
do
popular.
right here only because Shashank, that's important. We talked about is that students and all the working professionals who are watching us, uh, Shashank, you can have the liberty of telling your whole name, yourself, full name, so that people can search you on LinkedIn, send us request, add a connection note, and you can maybe share resources of a list of questions with them on LinkedIn.
Mhm.
So you can please pronounce your whole name, full name.
Yeah, on LinkedIn it is Shashank Hiremath, and you can search it with Swiggy in the end. So I'm a 2020 graduate from KLE Technological University. If you want to know specifically which one is me.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah, you
So yeah,
can
like
definitely share over there. Guys
Yeah,
connect
so
with invites.
yeah, like resume should be like from a standard template so that even if it is sent through an automated system, it will be able to
Uh-huh.
filter out the keywords properly. I heard
Okay.
in one of the videos from one of the HR of Amazon that most of the applications get rejected because they are not able to scan the keywords from the resumes. So if it is like kind
Hmm.
of a image and all, we cannot scan it. Like it is not recommended to make your own design and templates.
ये बात
Better
सही
go
है.
with the standard template.
ये
Yeah.
इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है काफी यार कि रिज्यूमे में ना कीवर्ड्स बड़े ध्यान से तुम्हें डालने चाहिए. जैसे एग्जांपल लेता हूँ डीएसए कीवर्ड्स का. डीएसए हो गया. तुमने जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स करे हैं उनके नाम हो गए पूरे पूरे लाइक इंपॉर्टेंट कीवर्ड्स रिज्यूमे में
Yeah,
जरूर होने
technology stacks like
चाहिए.
what
हाँ.
Django,
हाँ,
React,
exactly.
whatever these are.
वो बहुत ज्यादा elaborate में ऐसे कथा नहीं लिखनी चाहिए like very elaborating and making stories but not putting in those keywords which are actually related to your skill is what I feel.
Yeah,
Right.
like it should be to the point, right?
It should be to the point. Very important.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Anyways. Hmm. ठीक है
yeah,
आगे
one
बढ़ो.
more thing is like on LinkedIn, like whenever you guys feel like stuck, right? Like you should be able to ask for help. Like on LinkedIn, people are there like who would be willing to have a call with you or have long chats with you to help you with finding the right guidance. So whenever you feel stuck, you just make sure you just go out and ask for help. And you should balance between like continuously pestering or annoying them and being very hesitant or shy to ask them every little thing. It should be a balance. So like maybe every week around Friday for you can keep reminding them about something you want, like a referral or guidance or a time of
Correct.
half an
Correct.
hour of their time. So every week or every 2 3 days you can keep reminding. So it won't look like you're continuously bothering them or like forgotten about that.
Makes sense.
And
Makes sense. Shashank. Any other यार
yeah,
अभी अभी अच्छा mindset की बात करते हैं शशांक. For example,
yeah,
there is one thing. See, there is fear of rejection. There is fear of a failure that I might not crack it. So what I'll do? You get stressed out.
mm,
You perform low,
yeah,
and
yeah,
there are many more fears. That fear of how I will be judged. Many things. So how
yeah.
do you tackle that? Do you set up goal and use self affirmation technique to reinforce
Mm.
that thing go on? How do you do that? Is it music?
Yeah,
Is it what is it?
yeah, like this is like very favorite question I can say for me. Like
Yeah,
I
let's talk
stress for
about
a
that.
lot about
We
this
have time.
mindset
Yeah,
related thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So one thing is see like whenever we have a small failure or break, right? We should try
Okay.
to reinforce. Like one thing is in YouTube, there is a compound effect. So it's
Mhm.
a well-known thing. If you just
That
search
is
for
so
about
true.
effect in YouTube, see some video, you'll see like even if in the short span you don't see anything happening, in long term you'll
True.
suddenly see good results.
That
It's
is so
happened
true, man. This
with
I have,
me, myself,
this
my
I'm
friends.
telling with
Yeah,
experience. This I'm telling with experience, Shashank.
yeah, yeah.
That you do small things, they have a
Hmm.
compound effect later on. It's like an exponential graph.
Right, right. So like
It's so
even me and my friends who were preparing together, right? Like we were during COVID time, right? Like freshers didn't have so much opportunity. We always
yeah.
felt like will we ever really get a good company or so?
Uh,
But we still kept preparing. We didn't like get sad, and finally when the opening started, we got like a lot
mhm.
of offers immediately. So yeah,
Okay.
like for that small steps, that's also called a Kaizen technique. So you can go YouTube that and see about that Kaizen
Okay.
technique, compound effect,
That's something
and
new.
something called
Mhm.
dopamine detox. And for
Okay.
time management, there is something called Pomodoro technique.
So did you actually use all the techniques mentioned, right? Did you use them?
Uh, yeah, yeah, like now and then I used to use, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Mm,
Okay. Maybe somebody wants to explore, they can definitely try it out. If there are many techniques, there are
yeah,
many things out there. There's yoga too. You can bring some health and all those things in your life,
yeah.
meditation to stay focused and balanced throughout.
Mm.
These are really important things. Anything else you want to add? Else, I'll move on to the Q&A section with the audience because that's really interesting, and I think we'll be able to do two questions if we move right now. Should we move on? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, like few more like points I have. One
Mhm.
thing is like whenever you're asking during an interview or when you're asking for a referral, never like show any negative vibes. Like don't ask for like pity, like I don't have any job or because of COVID I lost
Yeah,
my
the
job.
self pity
Uh,
pity thing.
yeah, like no negative points about your previous college or company. Like only say positive about where you're going next. If they ask like what are you
Yeah,
doing right now,
That's
Why do you
true.
want to show that you're a positive guy? And like
Mm.
for interview preparation, some very important points are like take as much as possible mock interviews from your LinkedIn connections or your friends, and do a lot of practice contests or geeks quizzes, and like previous interview experiences like the one you're seeing right now, right? There's a whole playlist in Geek Stories, so you can follow all those videos. There are like hundreds of articles in Geek Stories on interview experiences.
Yeah, yeah, sure, for sure. That's
Yeah,
amazing,
and
man.
one
Thank you so
more.
much, Shashank.
Yeah,
Anything else?
yeah, like there are a few more points.
Go on,
Like one
man.
more.
You
Uh,
have 1 more minute because otherwise I'll just have to drop from two question to one question, and we have to stick
okay,
to
okay,
15 minutes time. We have a certain limitation.
okay.
Please make it short, but be precise.
Okay, okay. Like make proper use of YouTube. Like there are a lot of people like Gaurav Sen, Rachit Jain, Pranay Deep, Sanchit Jain, Tushar Rai, Back to Back, SW Rao, Baba Driver. These people like create a lot of content. Like there is no shortage of content. It's just that you need to spend time and being focused on the right direction. Once you know what is the direction, you just need to proceed with solving problem on lead code geeks as I said. And
Yeah.
yeah, that is important. And
Okay.
also
Okay.
follow right people on LinkedIn who are suggesting.
All right. All right. Okay, moving on to the section where we ask questions from our audiences. Audience, I would request you to drop in your question in the comment section. I'll wait for like 30-40 seconds and then we'll pick up two questions and talk about it. And answering you, Mayank, खोलिया ये क्या है स्विगी में ये all right, show some respect, but still okay. A software development engineer, Mayank, okay, all right. So Nans is putting in some questions. Uh, so Shashank, are you comfortable in talking about system design question you were asked? Were you asked any of these system design questions?
No, no. As a fresher, they don't usually ask, so even I was not asked.
All right, Nans. I hope Acha, Shubham asked, is Python good enough for tech giants? Can we talk about it, Shashank?
So, as far as my knowledge, they don't have any constraint on language. It
All
is
right.
fine, but still,
Yes.
the underlying problem-solving ability is what they check. You should be good with that. Even if you're using some package or library in Python, you should know what
Okay.
is internally happening.
All right. Oh, and I'll pick up Nishant's question: how to start preparing for DSA from scratch.
From scratch, I would suggest like what I would do was go through YouTube videos. Like I prefer videos over text. So once I go through videos in YouTube, like any playlist you can follow, and then
Okay.
you can go ahead with problem solving and reading articles and all.
All right.
Yeah,
All right, man. Shashank, thank you so much for joining. We have only two questions as of now. I need to talk to audience for a minute or so. So, guys, we are picking up only two questions, but I promise you that we are coming up with such sessions, such short sessions every day. So, stay tuned. So, thank you so much, Shashank, for joining, and I hope people would get some insights from this interaction we had. And definitely, Ahmed is saying, man, let him talk a little more. Ahmed, we have a we have a time
yeah,
limitation. That's why I said you, Ahmed, you can send him a LinkedIn request, and Shashank, you are willing to help him out, right? Right?
yeah,
Why won't
sure.
you? So Ahmed, go ahead, man. We have some time limitation. There's a reason behind it. So because we are being reached the frequency, you need to understand that.
Yeah,
So all right. Uh, Thank you so much, Shashank. I'll bid you goodbye and talk to audience for some time.
yeah, sure, sure, guys. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I shared the
Please
link on
connect, guys.
comments. Yeah,
Nuns, please connect. She's saying, is that it? Nuns, please connect to him. This is an opportunity. Shashank, you are ready, right?
yeah, sure.
Awesome. Bye,
Thank you.
Shashank. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, guys. So that is it for today as far as interview experience is concerned. Let me tell you about a course. It's a full stack development course. I'll share my screen with you guys. Stay tuned to the screen. All right, so guys, this is a course. The batch is starting from March 27, 2021. You get an instant 10% off if you use the coupon code FSRNL10. It's valid till 25th March. The price is good. I'll go through the course features. You'll get a certificate. There are industry experts which are mentoring the course, project-based learning, which will add, obviously, which will give a boost to your resume. Internship opportunities at GFG and 6 months access to recorded live lectures. So, guys, check it out. And all right, and thank you so much for joining. and we'll come up with such short and crisp sessions every day, and we'll make it more interesting as we go ahead. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining. Akshay Bhaskar signing off. Bye.